gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Beth podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only, the NFL shop, DTF.
Do you know when that's from?
Indy?
No, this is from when I worked the
Oh,
NFL draft when I was working for the Browns still.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it was my short stint of 2020 before or was that 2021? What year was that? 2021.
2021, yeah.
Yeah, that was my short stint before working at Gray Bar full time. I was still working with the Browns up to April, but got to see MGK for free, so that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're recording. We usually record this on Thursdays with the lad, but the lad could not make it, unfortunately. So we're recording this Thursday night, right before the Steelers Patriots game. I know Dylan has a parlay on it tonight. I'm just staying out of this one.
Listen, the only way to make a dog shit game worth watching is to put money on it. And that's what we did. We have a 9-legger just for shits. And this 9-legger is going to hit. I had a bonus bet. It was $1 bonus bet. We went with Jalen Warren anytime touchdown over Deontay Johnson, 42 receiving yards. Mitchell Trubisky over 182 passing yards. Zeke Elliott over 2.5 receptions. Chris Boswell over 1.5 field goals made. Zeke over 33.5 rushing yards. Jalen Warren over 28.5 rushing yards. Under 30 points. Najee Harris under 51 rushing yards. So it all seems pretty reasonable. The one line I'm worried about is Mitchell Trubisky passing yards. It could be a dog shit game. And obviously, if he doesn't hit that 182, Deontay Johnson sure as shit isn't going to get 42.5. But
Right.
hey, $1, we're going all in.
Yeah, we'll see in the morning by the time this gets out whether that hit or not.
Yep.
Couple of things I wanted to go over before we get into this week's preview. Dylan, did you see the news about that Jaguars employee?
Yeah. Jordan Belford.
And basically Jordan Belford of the NFL. So for the last 5 years, Amit Patel, I don't know what his role was with the Jaguars, but apparently he had access to the company or the organization's credit card. He stole over $22 million and
Finesse.
managed to buy 2 cars, a condo, and a watch worth $95,000.
Finesse.
Yeah, absolute finesse. I don't know how no one realizes that just missing $22 million.
My guess is he had something to do with customer relations and was in charge of taking out customers on expenses. And he probably was pulling out cash for these events and was just pocketing money.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
know.
said it was off a virtual credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million ways it could have happened, but I think it had to do with something where it's like a gray area of, yes, I did wine and dine these customers or fans, but just not the full amount. My
Yeah, I
budget
also
was,
loved in that report that it didn't say that he was fired.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
probably suspended indefinitely, or what did they say?
All I saw was that he'd finally been caught. Nothing about him being fired. I would assume he'd get fired.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, now that I'm rereading the report, it does say former employee.
Oh,
So
he was caught.
yeah, he was caught. So I'm assuming he got fired off of that. But
Are you
anyways,
going to the Jags game?
no, I have to work that next day.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah. It's gonna rain.
Luckily, my seats are under the awning, so we should be okay.
Yeah,
Um, but
it's just that walk there.
yeah, and the
But
tailgate.
a little bit of rain never hurt no one.
Nope. Well, we have ponchos.
And then one other little bit of news was I thought this was interesting. Cavs Isaac Okoro says that he wants to be an actor after his NBA career and said that he could be a murderer.
Oh,
Thought that was a very random report that went viral.
but a very specific,
Yeah, maybe kind of
interesting.
feel sussed out.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
yeah, I thought it was very odd.
I didn't see a lot of stuff today because I was too busy watching the 24-hour live stream from Pardon My Take. I watched it from 5 a.m. this morning until 5 p.m. today.
So you watched it the whole day?
Yeah, it was just on my phone in the background, and there was so many funny ass moments. I was telling Gabby about it. Did you ever see the Stanford prison experiment?
Mm-mm.
So there was a college, I think it was just Stanford. The Stanford was doing an experiment for like psychology, and it was they were looking for contestants and it was or volunteers, and they were doing like a prison guard versus inmate experience in the basement of this one school hall. Well, it got out of hand, and the people who were the inmates actually started acting like inmates and like was trying to rebel against the guards. I think it's on Netflix, but they made a movie of it, and it's amazing. Um, but basically they were joking on this live stream today. PFT came in and goes, about halfway through the morning when we did the Frank the Tank video, because there was a video on loop of 50 minutes of just Frank the Tank calling Max and Hank losers. And they're like, this is hell. And PFT goes, I just realized we're just doing the Stanford prison experiment and you guys are the inmates.
Oh my
Because
God.
they're locked in a room for 24 hours with nothing, no phones or nothing. But
Yeah, and
they're
that was for Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it was entertaining all day. It was free entertainment. But
That's awesome.
yeah. But anywho.
Anyways, was there anything else you wanted to talk about that happened since we last recorded?
Mm, not really. It's been kind of a quiet week for the most part.
Oh,
J
I did think of one thing.
I know Jason Kelsey said on his podcast that he wants the tush push banned. He said go
Really?
ahead and ban it. Well, he said go ahead and ban it because we were doing QB sneaks long before the tush push, was a thing, and we were still very successful with just a normal QB sneak. So he's saying that it shouldn't matter, but um, just a lot of people going in the transfer portal. We touched on it last week or last episode, but one that also just came up today was that Florida's running back Trevor Etienne, brother of Travis Etienne, is entering the portal now. Um, I would love if he came to Ohio State, but we're not going to get him, which I don't even know if he would be like the best running back to get in the portal. But with us losing two running backs and Henderson going to the draft, it's going to be a tough blow.
Yeah. Apparently, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't decided whether he wants to come back and try to beat Michigan again or.
Yeah, I saw that. And I just think it's got to be NIL based. He's going to make more money or about the same money he would as a rookie in the NFL. And I
Mhm.
mean, in his defense, he waits out a year. There's a chance that he could be getting drafted by a much better team than what he would, or he would go number one next year with all the hype about Caleb Williams this year. More than likely, he would go number one next year.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's true. Um, I know Henderson got offered NIL money that was pretty comparable to like a first round pick rookie contract as well. But I think he's pretty set on going to the NFL.
Yeah,
because it's a little bit different for running backs. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you kind of got to get that money while you can and get that secured contract.
Yeah.
Um, and then one other thing, the Guardians got the first overall pick, even though we don't really talk about baseball that much. It's pretty exciting stuff with a 2% chance.
Yeah. It was like when the Cavs got it a couple years back. Wasn't it the Kyrie draft? Or was it the Wiggins?
Kyrie draft and the Wiggins draft.
Wiggins. Yeah. Which is still insane that we got Kevin Love out of that, which I still think to this day was the better half of the deal.
What, that we got Kevin Love?
Over Wiggins, I think Kevin Love
Yeah,
was better. Yeah, I think that was the better half of the trade.
yeah, I would agree. Ultimately, it was because I don't think Wiggins was going to be any better than Kevin Love.
No. Just strange though when we picked Anthony Bennett
Yeah, I was never a fan of that one. I
or
remember I
Bennett.
wanted them to get Oladipo and trade waiters.
Bad draft.
Yeah, that draft in general was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into week 14 preview. So we kind of already talked about the Steelers and Patriots toilet bowl. I would like to mention that the Steelers, of course, having the better record, are going to be the favorites in this one at home. But we'll go ahead and jump into this first 1 o'clock game. We got the Rams visiting the Ravens. Ravens being pretty solid favorites in this one, with a 7.5 point spread and over under 39.5.
You said the Ravens were the favorite, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. This game here, I mean, we saw how well the Rams played last week against us. I don't expect them to come in and beat the Ravens by any means, but I think this game is going to be close, and I don't think that 7.5 point spread by any means is going to be anywhere further than that. So I would look to actually take the Rams to cover.
Yeah, I kind of think the Rams will cover on this one. Um, I also think that the over under, it possibly could get over 40. I could see both
Oh,
these teams
yeah.
easily getting over 20 each.
Yeah.
Especially the way that Kyron Williams has been running the ball ever since he came back from injury. He looks to be kind of like the real deal, honestly.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's a hard running back.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
runs hard.
I enjoy watching him run.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got the Colts visiting the Bengals. They actually have this game pretty dead even right now.
Yes, and this is my 1 point spread of the week.
Yes.
Officially, because it's not a divisional matchup, which means we are taking the Bengals 1 point spread here because I can 100% see them coming off that big road win with Jake Browning. All eyes on Browning. The Bengals are coming in to their home field to just destroy the Colts.
You think they'll
Bengals.
destroy the Colts?
Maybe not destroy, but I see Jake Browning coming off that win hyped, and they're just going to keep rolling from here on out. Like, they're going to test the Steelers out for the spot behind us. I mean, they might even light a fire underneath us. Week
Yeah,
18 ain't going to
I'm
be no
not
walk in
liking
the
that
park.
last week matchup.
It ain't going to be no walk in the park.
No, it's not going to be a walk in the park. I'm still confident in the Colts in this game, though. I don't see them losing, considering they're actually playing pretty solid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're in the hunt.
Um, and I think they are better than the Jaguars right now. I think the Jaguars have better names on paper, but overall the Colts might be
Mhm.
might be better. Who knows? Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and be a little biased. I'll go with the Colts on this one.
All right.
Next we got a divisional matchup. We got mine and your bet going on right here. Lions visiting the Bears. Um, Lions not that heavy of favorites though.
No, no,
It
but
has to do, I think, with kind of their rocky play the last 3 weeks.
yeah, it's been up and down.
Yeah, and
Uh,
their defense, like they should not have, that Saints game should not have been that close.
It's kind of crazy that it's a 3.5 point spread and the Lions are not favored to cover here. I I really do see them winning by more than 3 points, like more than a field goal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm half tempted to go Bears money line on this. Go backwards on my seasonal bet.
Yeah, but you're getting so far away though. I mean, we're just one step closer to, steak and eggs breakfast at Denny's. So, I mean,
Bacon, eggs, breakfast. Yeah, I'm half tempted to go with that Bears money line. Just for how well the Bears did play them
yeah.
previously this season. Um, and Justin Fields is looking better and better. I still don't know if he's the answer in Chicago. I think he can be good in the NFL, but I don't know about Chicago. I almost feel like if you're gonna have the number one pick and you have the chance to get Caleb Williams, and let's not get it wrong, you're still gonna get something decent for Justin
Yeah,
Fields.
but my biggest thing about this whole Caleb Williams hype is look at past drafts. Baker Mayfield was number one quarterback, but who went like 10 picks after him? Patrick Mahomes. It's not always about who's
Different
the
draft.
what
Different
was
draft.
was that Miles Garrett?
Yeah.
What was Baker Mayfield's Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at who was drafted about 10 picks later.
I'm just saying that if you have that pick already, like
I know, but there's just so many things that they could do instead of just going for everybody's got to go for Caleb Williams. I don't think that's the move.
well, see, okay. I guess it just ultimately depends on what's being offered to them. If someone wants to overpay for it, I think you're perfectly fine staying with Justin Fields. But say you're not liking what you see offer wise for the first overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's at least something to consider. And then seeing if you know what you can get for Justin Fields, then you visit that. But uh, I think the smart thing to do would be to probably, of course, trade the pick. Just
I agree.
more capital. And who knows? Honestly, I saw there was some mock-ups of the Buccaneers trading up to number one with the Bears, swapping picks and
That'd be something.
trading Chris Godwin.
So here's my perfect example that I was trying to tell you. Baker Mayfield drafted one. We skipped over Josh Allen at 7. Josh Rosen at 10, which he could have been a legend. But most importantly in that draft, really, this is serious. First overall, 32nd pick, Lamar Jackson. Imagine Lamar Jackson in a Cleveland Browns uniform. I think that would have been so much swag. And then we picked Nick Chubb 3 picks later.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb. Could you imagine that backfield?
yeah, that would be
Just
crazy.
dumb mistakes. That draft would have been perfect. Lamar Jackson, number one overall, which would have been crazy. Denzel Ward at 4. Nick Chubb, second round, third pick. Are you kidding me?
Would you have rather had just looking at it now, would you have rather had Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
I still think Lamar Jackson.
I would agree with you.
You got to look at the
I
success
don't
rate.
think Josh Allen would have made it in Cleveland.
No, but you have to look at the success rate. I think Lamar Jackson has done more in Baltimore than Josh Allen has in Buffalo. I know they made it to the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson in a head-to-head. Like I hope that happens. Well, I don't think the Bills are going to make the playoffs, especially if they lose to the Chiefs this week. But
Mm.
I would love to see Baltimore versus Bills in the playoffs just to prove it. But
Yeah,
I'm not trying to suck the Ravens' dick too much because they are a divisional opponent. But if we would have got him in that draft over Baker Mayfield, that would have been way better. We probably would have won more than one playoff game
yeah,
that 2020 season.
yeah. You're not wrong. And he would have had Tyrod Taylor to train him too, which I don't want to say
They're
that they play similar style, but the scramble, he could.
scrambling quarterbacks. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But that's just a little drive down memory lane.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this next game. We have the Carolina Panthers visiting the New Orleans Saints. Panthers being desperate for wins right now. David Temper is having a temper tantrum. Um, Carolina, of course, coming in on the road as the dogs with a 5-point spread and over under of 37 and a half.
This is a Jameis legacy game right here.
This is a Jameis legacy game. Do we know if Jameis is for sure playing or?
Well, it's either him or Taysom Hill because Derek Carr, I think, is injured.
I saw he was only questionable.
Was he? Okay. Because as of yesterday, I read that he had all these different issues like rib, shoulder,
Oh, he's all
concussion.
kinds of jacked up.
Yeah. But hey, they paid him all that money. A big mistake. I don't
Yeah.
want to touch this game. I don't even want to watch it. Luckily, I won't have to because I'll be at the game. But um, I have nothing for this game, like at all. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched one Panthers game this year.
The only one I watched was the Houston Texans game, and I was pissed because the Texans didn't cover and they lost. Panthers' one win is against the potentially playoff team, the Texans.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me just wants to see them win, but at the same time, I also don't want the Patriots to get the first overall pick. So, yeah, sorry, Panthers. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Saints on this one.
Yep.
Next, we got the Texans on the road against the Jets.
Zach
Texans being
Wilson.
favorited with 3.5 point spread and over under 33 and a half. Definitely slamming the Houston Texans money line. Um, and might as well give me that spread too.
Yeah, I don't know that you can combine both.
No, no.
Yeah, you can't. So either way, I like well, the odds are better anyways for the spread, so I'm going to take the Texans spread regardless.
Mhm.
Um, but if you want a free bet for this weekend, you're taking Houston money line.
Yeah,
And or Nico Collins receiving yards because Tank Dell's out. He's going to be looking for Nico Collins all day, which his
exactly.
over under right now is only 69 yards.
Yeah, he should hit that.
That might hit in the first quarter.
Yeah, I will say the Jets secondary is still pretty solid.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy, but um if I pick any prop from this game, I might even pick a Dalton Schultz tight end touchdown. Um just because everybody is going to be doubling up on Collins, which might open up for somebody else like Mechie or Michi and Dalton Schultz. But
You also got Noah Brown out there too.
it's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is true.
Next we got the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Cleveland Browns. Browns are the favorites at home with a 3-point spread and over under 31 and a half. Um, are you gonna be betting anything while you're there?
I'm scared. I will not be betting anything. I just want to watch the game. I
That's
don't
fair.
want to I don't want to lose the game and lose money. So I'm just gonna watch it and just have fun. I already have both Etienne and Calvin Ridley playing on my fantasy team. So if anything, I'm just rooting for them to do well, but not too well. And I'm rooting for Joe Flacco to throw 3 touchdowns. So
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Um, let's see. We got the Buccaneers visiting the Falcons. This one's not gonna be fun. Buccaneers are the underdogs in this game. One and a half
which is
point
crazy.
spread. So just barely misses your 1 point spread. And then
But it's
over
a divisional
under
matchup.
41.
Yep.
I probably will not be paying attention to this game.
Me neither, but I would hit the under.
Yeah, I definitely would hit the under. And if I was to pick a prop, go ahead and give me Godwin receiving yards.
Mike Evans' touchdown has been pretty consistent lately. Um, the only reason I say the under here is Atlanta, their offense sucks already, but I mean they put 15 points up against the Jets. What are we doing?
Yeah, 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they only got 13.
No, it was 15-9. There was
I thought it was 13-8.
what? 13-8.
Or was it 15-8?
Hold on. Let me look. Maybe you are right. Let me see.
I know the Jets had 8 because they got a safety.
Oh yeah, 13-8. You're right. Just ignore me.
Next, we're getting into the 4 o'clock time slate. We got a rematch from 2 weeks ago. The Seahawks visiting the 49ers. 49ers are heavy favorites in this one, with 11-point spread and over under 47.
Yeah.
49ers have been absolutely on fire. Yeah, it's hard to not go Niners money line.
Yeah, I mean, you take the money line, but this 11-point spread is really concerning to me. Look to see it move a little bit as we get closer to Sunday, but it's just funny I think they're basing it off of the final score of the last game,
It
and
is.
every game is different, but I
Mm-hmm.
still think that they're gonna win by a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah, that spread worries me a little bit. Anytime I see a big spread like that, it always worries me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it safe and go that money line and throw in a McCaffrey touchdown. Next we got the Vikings visiting the Raiders, with the Vikings being the favorites with a 3-point spread and over under 40. Um, Not gonna lie, this one's looking like a fucking toilet bowl.
This one is a smoke screen. They want you to bet the Vikings, but then you look at the 3-point spread, and the favorite of the two is the Raiders covering the 3-point spread, which means they're gonna lose by 3 or less or win. So I don't see the Raiders losing at home to these Vikings.
Ooh, okay.
Max Crosby is on a tear. He's going to fuck up Josh Dobbs' day.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a very high scoring game at least, but I don't know. Aiden O'Connell's shown little flashes of being a backup quarterback. Little
Yeah.
flashes. Um, but yeah, I don't see myself betting on this game this week. Next we got, it's not game of the week, but it hopefully it will be a good game. The Bills playing the Chiefs in Kansas City, with the Chiefs being the favorites, of course, with a 1.5 point spread and over under 49.
Game scares me a lot too.
Yeah, that over under is very interesting. Depends
This
what kind
game
of game do you
reminds
want. Do you want a defensive chess match or do you want just high scoring galore?
I want high scoring galore, but the problem with the Chiefs lately is they're just not doing it.
Yeah, their offense isn't doing it unless it's
No.
Pacheco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Pacheco's been their only consistent thing because not even Travis Kelce really has been playing that great.
no, but like I'm saying, I don't even know that I like the Chiefs in this game. I know we're at Arrowhead, so it's they already have the upper hand, but I don't know. I think if I pick anything in this game, I'm just gonna go with the old reliable and just pick Josh Allen to throw an interception because it's gonna happen. It's happened in what nine
I'll take
straight
Josh
games?
Allen passing yards.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, other than that, I don't even know. Maybe Pacheco rushing yards, but I don't know. I'll definitely be tuning into that game though, just to see what's going on. Next we got Denver going into LA for the Broncos Chargers. Uh,
As underdogs.
yeah, the Broncos are underdogs. I feel like that's an easy money line win.
Yeah, I'm picking Broncos all day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go
that
ahead
just
and hammer that Broncos money line.
oh yeah. I mean, they're on a tear and they're going to be pissed that they lost to the Texans last week in very Russell Wilson fashion, but um I'm just giving me the Broncos money line. This is my road dog of the week.
Yeah. Next Sunday night football, we got the Eagles playing the Cowboys in Dallas. Uh, Cowboys are the favorites this time.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I know you think a little bit higher on the Cowboys than I do this year. I still think that they're frauds. Um, Not saying that this isn't a game that they can win.
No,
Um,
but this game is the one that's going to prove it.
yeah,
How they
this
handle
game right
this
here is
thing.
going to prove a lot to me. And I'll shut
If
up
they,
about Dak Prescott if they can come out with a win.
yeah, I mean, if they win, by all means, they're probably the second best team in the NFL. Well, NFC, but maybe the NFL. Um, no, because they lost to the 49ers.
Yeah, they got
So,
crushed by the 49ers.
yeah, it's still tough, but they're still a top three team. But either way,
That was early in the year, though. So,
yeah, if Eagles win, but Cowboys keep it close, like if they cover and it's like a 2 point loss or a 1 point loss, I mean, they fought till the end. They at least proved they can hang. But this game is going to be fun to watch.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm leaning on getting the Eagles money line, but I'm also tempted to get some CD Lamb receiving yards. So, kind of stuck on
Yeah,
that. Honestly, some Devonta Smith receiving yards, even
right
though
now,
AJ Brown's due for another big game again.
CD Lamb's over unders 87.5.
I think he gets that.
I think he's going for 100 plus.
Yeah.
And 100 plus right now is plus 125 odds. So,
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad bet. And then we have two Monday night football games this week. First
which is
matchup
weird.
is,
It's weird because we haven't had that in like 6 weeks where it was two in the same night.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about those games. They're both going on at the same time,
Yeah.
which is interesting because at least before it used to be like an hour off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we got the Titans visiting Miami, as the big time dogs, and they probably should be. Um, with a 13-point spread and over under 46 and a half. Uh, go ahead and give me some props. Tyreek Hill, 100 plus yards
Mm-hmm.
receiving. He's going for the MVP award, and I think he should get it this year.
He's gonna win offensive player of the year, but it's gonna go to a quarterback. It's a quarterback league.
Yeah, actually, JJ Watt made a great point about the MVP award because
What's
someone
that?
asked him whether he thought he should have won MVP. I think it was back in 2011 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe not 2011. I'm probably off on the year, but he was like, it should always be a quarterback that's MVP because the quarterback is the most valuable player on the field.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily MVP doesn't necessarily mean you're the best player in the league,
Mm-hmm.
which was very fair. But yeah, I'll go ahead and just stick with Tyreek Hill over 100 plus receiving yards. I'm not feeling the over under on this one. I just think it's too risky. I don't see the Titans putting up many points.
Mm-mm. Same with the next game. I'm kind of avoiding it at all costs. Packers are looking good, so hopefully they go into New York on the road and win it out. But I'm avoiding that one. Like, not even probably gonna watch it.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead and give me some Jordan Love passing yards. Make it a little interesting.
Okay, I respect it.
Because I think at least this game will be a little bit closer than the other one. So that's
Yeah,
the one thing I'll respect in this game over the other.
that's fair.
Um, but other than that, that's gonna do it for week 14 of the NFL season. For a preview. Dylan, is there anything you want to say before we close out?
Nope, just gamble responsibly. Have fun this weekend. Go Browns. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have an issue.
Peace.